will not be catching me saying New Year, new me. Matter of fact, New Year, old me. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going through character development no more. That's it, maxed out, and I'm not renewing my membership. So you better take it or leave it. Enhancing for who? For you?
Suffer now, transform completely, and emerge successful, disciplined, and unrecognizable by 2026. Let's talk about it. Hi, that was dramatic. Welcome to the channel. Let's dive back into the topic, shall we? 2026 lock-in. We've been hearing this narrative weeks before 2026. This narrative and idea comes every single year, and it especially spreads on platforms like Instagram and TikTok. Recently, I have been seeing this happening on YouTube as well. So, what is 2026 lock-in? Or the lock-in that comes every year? The lock-in culture promotes extreme discipline, cutting out rest, strict routines, constant productivity, intense workouts, and relentless self-improvement. It frames rest as weakness and struggle as proof of commitment. If you're tired, you're not trying hard enough. I saw this one.
You guys, welcome back to part 3 of how you're going to rebrand yourself for 2026. Last episode, we basically just picked out a bunch of general things. But this time I thought it was only appropriate to talk about how you are going to become the main character. Because this is your life, why would you not be the main character of it? I think a lot of us have struggled with self-confidence in the past, so this is the perfect opportunity to talk about how you are going to overcome that. And overall, how you're just going to become the main character, period, point blank, okay? Think about someone that you've admired in the past and why you admire them as a person. What traits does this person have that makes you admire them? That makes them catch your eye? Is it their personality, how they walk, the way they talk? But what's their overall vibe? I don't want you to copy this person, but I want you to understand what are those traits that you like so you can instill them in you, in yourself. Find a girl that looks like you. Find a girl that looks like you. If her makeup game is on point, there you go. Figure out what that girl uses. What shades does she use? What shade of bronzer does she use? What shade of blush does she use? The way she does her eyeshadow, does she do cool tone or does she do warm?
The fall behind is framed as a personal failure, not a structure of human limitation. The message is simple.
Go and watch those How to Lock In 2026 and achieve all your goals and glow up and be the best version of yourself. I want you to remember that a lot of these people who make those videos have a lot of time to do all those things. Also, they probably don't actually do all those things that they say in the video, because guess what? I've made those videos, I've consumed a lot of those videos, and they always just end up burning me out.
What happens after people actually try to live this advice? And for many, it quietly turns into burnout, guilt, and decline of mental health and physical health. This video is not an attack on influencers and creators. It's about how advice changes when it reaches different lives led by normal people. Why the advice feels so convincing? This advice feels powerful because it comes from people who appear successful, confident, and transformed. Many influencers genuinely believe in what they're sharing because it worked for them, but often goes unspoken context. The unspoken context is access to money, flexible schedules, personal trainers, editors, assistants, healthcare, and time. When this advice reaches everyday people like students, workers, caregivers, the conditions are completely different. So what happens when those people try to copy this concept? This is where problems begin. People start forcing routines that don't match their body, mental health, or responsibilities. Sleep becomes optional. Anxiety increases. Food becomes punishment. Rest becomes guilt instead of feeling empowered. Or people feel constantly behind even when they're doing their best. The burnout pipeline. Extreme discipline without flexibility leads to burnout. Burnout doesn't always look like stopping. It looks like emotional numbness, irritation, brain fog, chronic fatigue, and loss of motivation. People blame themselves instead of the system that sold them an unsustainable stand. Result is not growth. It's exhaustion disguised as ambition. So what is the cost of all of this? The cost is mental and physical health. Mentally locking in increases anxiety, shame, and self-comparison. Physically, it can lead to hormonal issues, injuries, weakened immunity, disrupted sleep cycles. Productivity culture often ignores a basic truth. The body is not a machine and everybody functions differently. Healing, rest, and inconsistency are part of being a human, and so often those things are seen as weaknesses. So, this is why this culture is not realistic for most people. Real life includes illness, financial stress, unstable jobs, family, expectations, trauma, and mental health struggles. Progress doesn't happen in straight lines. Not everyone can lock in for years without consequences, and that doesn't mean they're lazy or undisciplined. It means they're human. Now, there's a difference between improving your life and erasing yourself to fit an online ideal.
Will not be catching me saying new year, new me. Matter of fact, new year, old me. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going through character development no more. That's it's maxed out and I'm not renewing my membership. So you better take it or leave it. Enhancing for who? For you?
They are the ones who started it, and now they are the ones who have ended up feeling burnt out. It shows the human side of everyone.
You don't need more clothes, your screen time's just too high. Your home isn't ugly, your screen time's just too high. You don't need to rebrand yourself, your screen time's just too high.